This episode is brought to you by Accenture. When your advertising operations fall out of sync, everything else follows. Spotify and Accenture are working together to reinvent the rhythm of ad sales, using automation, analytics, and smarter workflows to simplify campaign delivery and access better data across the business. The result? Less time spent on operations, more time connecting brands with the moments and fandoms that matter most. Learn more at accenture.com/Spotify.
Here's your report.
Oh, thanks, Jane. I wish I could hire someone just like you.
Try LinkedIn Hiring Pro. It's more than a job board. It's like the recruiter you always wished you had. Hiring Pro uses real-time insights to match your role to LinkedIn's unique network of professionals and delivers a short list of best fit candidates. You'll spend less time sorting applicants and more time talking to the right people.
Let's do it. You're irreplaceable, Jane, but another you would be great.
Hire right the first time. Post your job for free on LinkedIn today at linkedin.com/quality.
Welcome to Holocron History, Star Wars Canon vs. Legends, where we take a deep dive into the Star Wars universe, such as characters, creatures, stories, and so much more. Hosted by Ben of Temeria and Kodojo. Welcome back, Acolytes, Adepts, to Holocron History, Star Wars Canon vs. Legends. I am one of your hosts, Brandon, or also known as Ben of Temeria, and always with me is my good friend, Kodojo.
Hello there.
And we are bringing you back our, favorite pirate in the galaxy, Hondo Ohnaka, with his part 2 of his episode, which, so we ended off last week, gosh, I'm trying to remember.
I think it was leading into Rebels.
Out of Rebels. We were leading out of Rebels.
Out of Rebels, I think.
Because, he's not a whole lot in Rebels, but he's still there. But it's also pre-New Hope. So.
Yeah.
And then, so now, starting off this week, we have the events of Outlaws, because it's in between episode 5 and 6. The Events of Outlaws is interesting because it is a DLC called Pirate's Fortune, where Kay Vess, the character you play as, goes and tries to do this job, and you get captured. And
go
on.
I haven't played it, but from what I've seen on the trailer, is that Hondo's after this fortune, obviously, gets with a crew. That crew betrays him, and now Hondo allies himself with Kay Vess against his former crew who has the same information, and it's a hunt for the pirate fortune.
Yes.
That's all I know.
And the pirate fortune is technically not there. Things kind of go exploding.
Jeez, Ben, spoilers.
What? It's fine.
Actually, I haven't played it myself. I tried playing Star Wars Outlaws, but for some reason it's not running right on my computer, so I'm not going to try it.
Well, you can always go back to SWTOR.
Because
SWTOR is great.
so long. It's been so long.
I know, I need to get back into
that.
SWTOR myself, but there's too much to play.
God, I kind of dropped off just before the Crazy Sister.
Oh, you missed that. You there's so much good parts.
I know, but unfortunately, I played that game since like the month it came out for like 5 years, I think.
Oh wow, where nothing was.
I played it for like 5 years straight. I had a guild, but the guild kind of dissolved. I was on my own, and the content wasn't coming out as quickly, and I kind of lost interest fast.
Fair. But moving on from the Events of Outlaws, we have Hondo going into a new endeavor, which. Oh boy, is this interesting. So
he's always going into a new endeavor.
Oh, that's true. So in the aftermath of the liberation of the Thal, the Rebel Alliance and the Galactic Empire became engaged in open warfare, during which Ohnaka started planning to expand his prospects. No longer reliant on undertaking missions himself, Ohnaka began contracting mercenaries to do jobs for him. Sometime after the Battle of Yavin in 0 BBY, Hondo hired the Tatooine-based Saponza and his partner whose work the Weequay had taken note of, and undertake various jobs for a mean of profit.
Now, Sapanza, he was a character in that mobile Star Wars game, Star Wars Commander.
Oh, yeah. I remember this
So
now.
I don't remember him being in there, but it's possible.
I think he's only in the Rebel side?
Maybe.
I'm looking here.
Although I did
Galactic
play the
Common
Rebel side. Actually, I
Underworld.
played both sides.
I did play both sides, too. Appearances. Here we go.
Star Wars Commander?
Star Wars.
That's kind of it.
Oh, Commander. First appearance. Yeah, he would have been assist the player regardless of player. Oh, it doesn't matter what version, what side you're on. You get him. You meet him regardless.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway.
yeah, which a game is a game you can't play anymore.
No, they got rid of it. I mean, like the last week of it, they gave everything away for free. And you could upgrade everything for like 1 crystal, and they gave you like 1,000 crystals, like 10,000 crystals at the end. It's like upgrade everything, go through the story, have fun, kids.
That had to be terrifying for people who actually put money into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I don't do that.
Yeah.
I typically don't.
It was the only game I did that for.
It's very little mobile game, like free mobile games where I dump money into. Unless I know it for a fact it's going to be like staying like for more than 5 years. So Ohnaka also contracted the archaeologist. Thank you. Turned thief, Sheila Alfra, or Dr. Alfra, and Smuggler just lucky to steal for him, an endeavor that ended in the two becoming intoxicated on spiced liqueur. Around the same time, the once dead Ohnaka gang reformed under Captain Scragg. Despite retaining the name of the titular former leader, Ohnaka was uninvolved in the gang and dismissed by Scragg as weak, while individual members had varying views on the Pirate King's leadership.
Captains. So somebody else took Ohnaka's name.
This is also
started a crew
in the comics for anybody who doesn't know. And it's like, I never heard of this before. Comics.
Yeah.
Comics.
Bounty Hunter series.
Oh, it's the Bounty Hunter series?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did I put... Oh, I did. Okay, cool. Where was I? Oh, okay. So during the Galactic Civil War, Ohnaka decided to embark on a new venture by entering quote-unquote legitimate business and turning his reputation around. He conceived a new company, Ohnaka Transport Solutions, in which he had an assortment of employees which provide shipping and cargo services. Though looking to establish himself as a professional, Hondo lacked the necessary funding to do so and decided to join with his friends, the pirate Maz Kanata and the smuggler Lando Calrissian, on a heist to steal treasure from the Imperial General Cardan, a gluttonous collector stationed aboard the Halcyon Star Cruiser around 1 ABY. And if anybody... The Halcyon Star Cruiser was the galactic... Galaxy's Edge Star Cruiser like hotel. That's the Halcyon.
Now I'm trying to remember which ship got destroyed at the beginning of the High Republic.
It was a Star Cruiser, but it wasn't like it wasn't the Halcyon. It was something completely else.
Yeah, okay.
The Halcyon is specifically in the post, like during the Galactic Civil War and on. So. But that was the hotel, like the Star Wars hotel that Disney World had.
The unsuccessful hotel.
Okay, it was really cool. It was a really cool idea. I'm
Poorly
sorry,
executed.
It was way too expensive. That was the problem.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
2 nights for $400 or for $500 per person for 2 nights. When you can spend that much for almost an entire week at Disney.
Yeah.
Well, half a week. It's like 3 or 4 days. You could do that. I mean, I spent I think $1,100 for an entire week at Disney. Myself. Just myself. That's not including flights. Just Disney with the hotel on Disney property. $1,100. It was great.
Jesus.
Now that does not include things I buy. Uh,
There it is.
Yeah, that was just the stay and the tickets, and yeah. Anyway, moving on. Led by Kanata, Ohnaka and Calrissian infiltrated the Halcyon, where Kanata met with Cardin on the ship's upper decks and tell him what he proposed, or purported to be the crown jewels of Alderaan. While Kanata spoke with Cardin, Hondo and Lando played a game of sabacc with the two workers in the lower levels. Because sabacc is great.
It's a fun game. I think they have some version of that in Star Wars Outlaws.
Yes, you have. Oh God, what version is it?
I'm not sure. There's like 100 different versions.
There's
of
so
Spock.
many different versions of sabacc, but yes, Outlaws does have one. Someone in the radio is screaming, "It's this kind!" I know, I can't remember. I'm sorry, but it's a fun. I play it pretty regularly on Outlaws when I play it. So when the time came, Ohnaka and Calrissian left the sabacc game and take their positions for Kanata's ruse. When Cardin put the Alderaanian necklace into his private safe, the jewelry displayed an image of Ohnaka to the cameras, but the workers Hondo had played sabacc with reported his presence in the engineering room. Cardin ordered two of his stormtroopers to capture Ohnaka, who they chased through the lower deck until they cornered him in the auxiliary reactor.
Oh, Ohnaka always getting into trouble.
Right. One stormtrooper, TD-3300, demanded that Ohnaka surrender, but Hondo taunted him, leading the soldier to tackle him over the side of the reactor. Despite the fall, Ohnaka survived and went onto one of Halcyon's cabins to meet with Kanata, having served his purpose as the distraction in the heist. Meanwhile, Cardin and his men opened the safe so he could ensure that Ohnaka was not inside, as the camera suggested. When Cardin opened the safe, Calrissian arrived disguised as a crew member of the space liner and offered him to take the general's treasures to the shuttle. Oh boy.
Hondo had really thick plot armor to survive a fall.
Oh yes. I mean, does he not already have thick plot armor? He survived the Clone Wars, the Galactic Civil War, and continues to live.
That's what I mean. His plot armor's gotta be getting thin at some point.
I don't know. He's lived longer than Obi-Wan at this point.
Ouch.
So, yeah, I know, right? Oopsies. So after filling a wooden box with a generous amount of Cardin's relics, Lando escaped and brought the chest to Kanata and Ohnaka. Much to Ohnaka and Calrissian's confusion, Kanata dumped the treasure out of the box. Hondo explained that he had nearly died for the relics, but Kanata informed him that she had deposited 40,000 credits in both his and Lando's accounts as payment. Calrissian asked what was the purpose of the heist was, and Kanata told them that she had wanted to recover the box, which was gifted to her long ago.
I'm sorry,
Maz just wanted the box.
I'm sorry, you don't.
Things.
Treasures that could be worth so much. No, I want this wooden box.
I want the
that
wood
was
box.
Probably a tchotchke on some backwater planet.
Now, what would be funny is that this is the wooden box that Rey finds Luke's lightsaber in.
I would not be surprised.
Wouldn't be surprised. So Calrissian told Ohnaka and Kanata that he hadn't joined the heist for the credits, but had recently accepted a position as the Baron Ambassador of Cloud City on Bespin and wanted one final adventure before going legitimate, which Hondo informed his friends that he planned on doing as well. Their heist over, Kanata sent an anonymous tip to the Imperial Security Bureau about Cardin's illicit collection, which fabricated the trio's ability to escape the Halcyon undetected.
Talk about robbing a man and placing him under arrest.
I lied.
Too.
So now in 3 ABY, this is where the events of
because Outlaws takes place between episode 5 and 6. I
didn't see this in the show notes when I was making them. Hondo partnered up with thief K. Vess after escaping the capture of the Ohnaka raiders to uncover the ancient treasures of the Kepi tomb in the Kepi system.
Go play it. Have fun, kids.
It's fun. This is a fun DLC. It's really cool to hear Hondo, and it is the voice of Hondo. Like Jim Cummings, who did the voice, who is the voice of Hondo, is the voice of him in the DLC, which is really nice. So
I would love to have an interview with him.
I do too. I've tried. I've messaged him multiple times and haven't heard word. He's also like in his like late 70s, so
Yeah.
but he still does a lot. And he looks good for his age. But
Keeping up
yes,
with work helps.
Oh,
Keeping
yes, it
busy
does.
helps.
So by 4 ABY, Ohnaka was able to establish Ohnaka Transport Solutions and embark his new path as a businessman, soon forging contracts with legal and illegal organizations across the galaxy. Both. Does both. So while at first willing to work with crime syndicates such as the Hutt cartels and Black Sun, Ohnaka found that his moral code had evolved and began reconsidering some of his company's relationships with them. While outwardly proclaiming that he had no issues with the Black Sun's activities and presenting aloofness, Hondo put himself in jeopardy with Lord Gitu's syndicate by purposely allowing a shipment of Black Sun slaves to escape his custody. Oh no, they escaped. I don't know how that happened.
Took him, what, 40 plus years to have a
Moral code.
developed, morph his moral code to the good side.
He's always had a moral code. It's just, I think, over the years, specifically Rebels, I think is where he started developing a lot more of, hey, I need to start doing better.
Hang on. This is the same guy during Rebels who sold out Ghost Squadron to the Empire and then radioed them, hey, I sold you out. You might want to hurry. He sold out Ezra's crew. And now, while we take this pause here, I'd like to remind you, Final Fantasy XIV is a communicated MMO. No, I don't have it in front of me. You don't play it on this one. You play it on the other ones. I feel left out.
Right. It's okay. I know. Sometimes I do it. I recorded last week. I recorded this week's episode last night, and it was I forgot the script. So sorry. I have my day job texting me. So, still a rebel synthesizer, Hondo also abused his contract with the Galactic Empire, giving Rebel Alliance forces a chance to intercept a shipment of weaponry he had been hired to send to Endor by Imperial Admiral Firmus Piat. Piat.
Admiral Piat.
It's French for some reason.
Silly French.
So yeah, and then after the Battle of Endor. Oh shoot, I keep locking my phone. I don't mean to lock my phone. There we go. After the Battle of Endor, in which the Rebel Alliance gained a major victory in the Galactic Civil War and decapitalized the Empire, the Alliance transformed into the new. Did I say that wrong?
Decapitated. Decapitated? You know, beheaded.
Decapitated. Oh, I guess. Yeah, because it's whatever.
They lost the Emperor. They lost the head.
True. Oh, good point. The Alliance transformed into the New Republic, and Ohnaka believed the new government was a sign that his new career as a respectable professional would help his reputation in Ohnaka Transport Solutions thrive. Instead, he found that his tenderous ties to the galaxy's crime syndicates threatened his business, and a bounty of 7,000 credits was placed on his head. Only 7,000? That's like nothing.
Yeah. Of course, he wasn't a Jedi, so... Or a rebel.
Yeah, still, like, 7,000 is like nothing. Maybe I'm thinking in like SWTOR terms. So that's like nothing at all.
Yeah.
Like, all my gear I wear is more than 7,000 credits.
Maybe they finally deflated their currency.
Who knows? So, in addition, his membership to the Bounty Hunters Guild was revoked, and he has recognized a worrying trend of bounty hunters increasingly ignoring accepted codes. Concerned that his life was at stake, Hondo briefly considered a number of contingency plans, including hiring a decoy and going on the run, but instead resolved to continue his business plans and search for new clients that would be unlikely to put a price on his head. So, hoping to prepare himself for future employees and possible mercenaries that might attempt to collect his bounty, Ohnaka wrote a guide detailing numerous bounty hunters and syndicates entitled The Secrets of the Bounty Hunters. In addition to the bounty hunters he had heard tales and encountered throughout his life, Hondo included sections of his old friends Aurora Singh and Cad Bane. While Hondo knew that Singh had died many years before, he was unsure of Bane's status. Over the years, Hondo and Bane had remained friends as they aged, and Ohnaka had last spoken with Bane when the Duros had accepted a job with a Pike Syndicate branch on Tatooine for a handsome fee and 9 ABY.
Then the events of
Spoiler
Mandalore.
alert, that
or
is
Book
Book
of
of
Boba
Boba
Fett.
Fett. Book of Boba
Sorry.
Fett. That's exactly what that's from.
I don't know if you can call it Book of Boba Fett. It felt more like Mandalorian Season 2.5.
Well, that's exactly what it was, but anyway. So sometime after the conversation, Hondo learned that the Pike's operation on Tatooine had been eliminated by Boba Fett, who had taken over the deceased Jabba the Hutt's territories in Mos Espa, and reports of the battles indicated Bane's demise, which Ohnaka mourned in his book. By this time, Ohnaka was considered one of the most famous pirates in the galaxy. Stories about Ohnaka were shared by the members of the Hunters of the Outer Rim tournament on Vespara.
Is that the... Yeah, I think that's the game. That Hunter's game for like the Switch and the Android
Hunters.
and iPhone.
Yes, Hunters of the Outer Rim. That is Star Wars Hunters, which is also no longer exists.
Yeah.
That lasted a year. It was, not gonna lie though, it was a fun game. I did play it when it came out. I did do the first battle pass they did with the Mandalorian character that you can unlock at the get-go. I did use him a lot, and it was a lot of fun. I was on Switch
played a little bit.
I think it would have been a lot better if they actually had it on standard consoles and PC, not just Switch and mobile.
Well, I think they saw what happened with Concord.
This was before Concord.
I think
Concord came out this year. Or was it last year?
Last year.
No,
I think it's still...
We have the internet. Okay, August 23rd was when Concord came out. Star Wars Hunters came out June 4th, 2024. So Hunters ordered it out. But anyway, regardless, I mean, it lasted a year compared to Concord lasted like 2 hours.
I think it was 48, but all right.
Yeah, it was bad. It was like with less than a week. It was really, really bad. Anyway, but yeah, like that's pretty cool how tie-ins and stuff like that. But at this point, let's take a quick mid-break, thank our patrons, and we'll be right back.
Choice Hotels get you more of what you value. Comfort Inn, it's calling your name. Save on the stay. Oh, and free waffles are yours to claim. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
This episode is brought to you by San Pellegrino Ciao. A gift from Italy to your home. San Pellegrino Ciao is a flavored sparkling water made with real fruit juice, finished with a pinch of Sicilian salt for a perfectly balanced taste. So which flavor will you choose? Peach, lime, blood orange, cherry, or maybe the all-new limoncello? Crafted in Italy with 0 grams of added sugar. San Pellegrino Ciao. Buy it now.
All right, welcome to the middle of the show. We're talking about everything podcast with nothing to do with the lore of Star Wars. Here, we want to thank all our amazing patrons. Thank you all so much for supporting the show. And if you too want to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/holocronhistories, where you can get ad-free episodes or even join us once a month on the show itself. You can even leave us reviews, ratings, and reviews on Apple and Spotify. Leave a 5-star review on Apple with some words or a nice Spotify comment. We'll read it out loud next time on the show, which, shockingly enough, we have one.
Oh.
From Apple. From Danelle's 22. It's a It's a new lap record, 5 stars. Amazing show. I went back to the beginning of the episodes to get all the info I could. I am only a few episodes in, but the deep dive into the lore, canon, and legends, facts, and reintegrated my love for the things of all things Star Wars. Keep up the good work. Yeah. Because we love Star Wars. Because I have way too many fandoms. Hence why I do 5 podcasts. And you can also find us in a few different Discord servers. The Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net, as well as the Ben and Friends Podcasting Discord, where you can find this show and all the other shows that I host, which are the Final Fantasy Lorecast, the Gundam Lorecast, the Wizarding Lorecast, and the Witcher Lorecast. Yeah, I know.
And what else? And what else?
Holocron, but I'm already doing that one. You're listening to it. So yeah, fun stuff. All great fun, all great stuff. Yeah, join our Discords. We have people sharing things, talking about things in Star Wars and on mine or even on Robots Radio. Lots of memes. It's great. I just posted one today before jumping on the show, so it's great. Great stuff. Other than that, there's not really a whole lot of news. They did confirm that A New Hope will be returning to theaters for its 50th anniversary in 2027.
Jeez. Okay.
Because it came out in 1977.
Yeah.
2027 is when its 50th anniversary happened. So 2 years. Mm-hmm. So we have that news, but that's about it.
Yeah. Well, I have 2 pieces of news.
Ooh. Well, there's also new Lego Star Wars stuff coming out. Gotta talk about that.
It's not that. Yesterday was Ian McDale's 81st birthday. Yes. So happy birthday to him. He plays Palpatine. He is a great actor, by the way.
Yes.
In the second bit of news, the less interesting one, but kind of more stupid. Apparently, there's now an official slur for AI robots.
Oh my gosh, yes. It is so dumb.
And it's clanker.
Have you seen... Okay, I've seen talk shows talk about this, and then people was like, I don't know if I want to talk about this. I don't know if I want to say it. I was like, you guys do know this, like, quote-unquote slur that you've all talked about? Originated back in, like, 2003.
Oh, yeah.
On Star Wars.
Clone Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars The Clone Wars, the original 2D animation. That's when this term came around for the droids. Mm-hmm. It's been around for over 20 years.
There's a meme already of a screenshot that says clanker, so official slur word for AI robots, and then that Wolf of Wall Street with what's his face, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh yeah.
That with Rex's helmet on his head.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's oh my god, it's ridiculous. I think it's so
stupidest thing.
First off, AIs are programs, so therefore they're not sentient.
Well, battle droids aren't technically sentient, but yet they still seem to have more personality than. Well, that
was a Clone Wars 2008 Clone Wars thing. So
yeah,
more than other than that. But anyway, yeah, it's dumb. I think it's more it's hysterical than dumb in my opinion because
it's stupid funny. That's why I classify it funny.
Stupid funny. Yeah, because. Everybody, listening to this podcast is like, clanker, really? It's a slur? And everybody, I guarantee you, is like laughing at it because, like, oh, yeah, I've known this term for like 2 decades because droids. Anyway, well, with that being said, I think it's a good time to get back into more of Hondo.
If data management is slowing down your business, you need the Intuit ERP. If one entity is here, and one here, and one here, and one here, you need the Intuit ERP. If scaling your business feels like starting over, you need the Intuit ERP. Intuit Enterprise Suite is the AI-native ERP solution that consolidates, migrates, and automates, all in one place. Learn more at intuit.com/ERP.
Stitch Fix. Stop shopping. Get styled.
Not today, sweatpants. Somebody's wearing jeans that fit. Wow!
No photos, please. I'm just a regular dad who happens to have a stylist.
I really look my best when someone else makes the decisions.
Hey,
We can all see you two-way mirrors.
Just share your size, style, and budget, and your stylist sends personalized looks right to your door. Stitch Fix. Get started today at StitchFix.com.
I want to hug you. I'm going to hug you. I'm coming in for a hug.
All right, so now we are well past. We're now in sometime before 34 ABY. So 20-some years have passed. Ohnaka traveled to Takodana to meet with Teope Julibop. What the world is this name?
I have no clue.
A leader of the local band of ship thieves known as the Hackjackers, to purchase some ships and related components. While walking to Maz Kanata's castle, where the diminutive pirate had some point hung a portrait of him inside, Ohnaka crossed her parking lot, fighting the urge to steal one of the many ships there. Go figure.
Sorry, real quick. Star Wars Battlefront 2, in a co-op mission, there's an Easter egg where you go to Maz Kanata's basement. They do have a picture of Hondo up there.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
at least
they do.
You have to shoot it to get a little token or something.
Yes, yeah,
and
yeah,
then, which I find funny. You have to shoot Hondo.
It's like one of the secret things that they do.
Yeah, and in the end, you get a skin for Rey. But I just find it funny you have to shoot Hondo's picture. It's like, I don't want to shoot that beautiful man.
Oh my god. So as Hondo approached the castle, he noticed a Millennium Falcon parked nearby and decided to enter it, unsure if he would steal it or simply look around. Before he could, however, Han Solo called out to Ohnaka and warned him not to enter the ship. Ohnaka turned to Solo and Chewbacca, who had aged much since their last encounter, after awkwardly commenting on Solo's appearance. Hondo greeted Chewbacca and told the Wookiee that he had been long since that he had last met, but Solo interjected that he hadn't been long enough. Because Hondo.
Yep. That tells me right there they've had many interactions.
Oh, absolutely. So Hondo reminded Ohnaka that he warned him not to mess with the Millennium Falcon before, and Hondo, not wanting a confrontation, bid the two pirates a good day and continued his way to the castle. As he walked away, Ohnaka heard a commotion behind him and turned to see Solo and Chewbacca being assaulted with stun batons by two large Doe twins. Ohnaka ducked behind another starship and watched as a Nosaurian wheeled out a repulsor cart in which the Dawatans put the unconscious Solo and Chewbacca onto before bringing them to the lift of a nearby G9 rigger. Which those are... Oh, it's a type of starship.
It's a Twilight.
It is a Twilight.
From Star Wars Clone Wars, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So before the G9 left, Hondo, believing that the Fate had given him a chance to take the Falcon, boarded the freighter and sat on the cockpit. As he powered up the ship, however, Ohnaka felt the barrel of blaster against the neck and heard Kanata say his name. Kanata asked Hondo why he was in the Falcon and ordered him to get out the captain's sheet, but Ohnaka redirected her question back to her.
I love that. Hondo's like, well, since they're gone, I might as well make use of it, you know?
Right.
Make sure it's safe in my hands.
Mm-hmm. So Kanata told Ohnaka that she was going to rescue her boyfriend, Chewbacca, confusing Hondo, who mistook the reference to Chewbacca for Solo, and explained that her palace had been targeted by ship thieves recently. Hondo framed outrage at the ship theft, but Kanata saw through his guise and rhetorically asked what he was doing on Takodana. Hondo replied that he was going to rescue her boyfriend too, but Kanata dismissed her quarry and told Ohnaka that she had no time to argue and sat in the co-pilot's seat.
Well, I'm just so happy I'm going to rescue your boyfriend as well.
Yeah, it's such a coincidence, So Ohnaka asked why she wasn't going to rescue Solo and Chewbacca in one of her ships, and Kanata explained that it was faster to take the ship that they were already in and ordered them to take off. Once in the skies above Kanata's castle, Hondo asked where they were heading, and she showed him a device that displayed the location of a tracker she had planted on Solo's drink. Oh.
I didn't know you were allowed to take glass drink containers outside of the castle.
Well, she planted it in his drink. He drank it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's disgusting.
Oh, that's kind of a violation, actually.
Right? Ew, she spilled his drink. So, with Kanada's directions, Hondo lifted the Falcon further into the sky, clipping a tree and scraping to the towers of Ma's castle. Once clear of the fortress, Kanada again asked Hondo why he was on Takadana, and he had lied that he had come to visit her for old time's sake, and deflected and asked what had happened with Solo and Chewbacca. Kanata explained that she had asked the two to investigate the hackjackers, and Ohnaka realized that she and the two pilots had accidentally interfered with this business deal.
Now, for reference, any business done in Maz's castle, Maz gets a cut.
Yeah, she gets a cut from everything. Yep.
I can guarantee a Hondo doesn't want to cut her in.
Nope. So after planting the tracker and Solo as a precaution, she sent them to pose as buyers, which left the kidnapping Hondo had witnessed. Kanada's tracking device led her and Ohnaka to a small mountain, where she ordered him to land the Falcon in a glean. Despite Hondo's insistence that they can turn around, Maz reached into a container and pulled out Chewbacca's bowcaster, and then forced Ohnaka to disembark the ship first.
Such an unwilling rescue partner.
Yeah. So Ohnaka and Kanata walked through the woods towards Solo's location indicated on her tracker, and which led them to a sheer stone wall. Hondo commented that her device might have been malfunctioned and recommended that they return to the castle and drink in honor of the deceased pilots. But she chastised him for being a quitter and began pushing on the rock wall, which opened, and when she gave on a stone, it twist. They entered a tunnel revealed by the opening, where Ohnaka told Kanata that they were doing what was crazy. Which is weird to say because Ohnaka has done crazier things.
I like the fact that, you're going on a road trip and, oh, well, I forgot my sunglasses. Well, that takes care of that. We're not going on the trip that I don't want to go on. Oh, here's your sunglasses. Get in.
Yeah. So the two bantered briefly, after which Hondo relented and continued following the determined Kanata. Deeper into the tunnel, the two saw 4 red dots ahead of them, which when Kanata stepped forward to investigate, she and Ohnaka realized they were looking at a Nexu.
Which is a big cat.
Yes. The Nexu pounced forward and snapped at Kanata, but she managed to evade the creature, which was held back by a chain.
Yeah. The next is the big cat you see in episode 2, Clone Wars.
Yes.
Or Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones, yes. Kanata realized the passage had doubled before they reached the Nexu, and when Hondo requested that they turn around, she threatened to skin him and fly his hide as a flag above her castle. Ohnaka joked that he was attached to his side, but Kanata did not respond and continued down the path. After some walking, the passage opened into a cavern, and on the far wall was a door guarded by a human and a Twi'lek. The two guards noticed Hondo, who smiled and approached the two.
Now, Hondo has a lot of charisma.
Oh,
I believe
God,
he can get out of this. He can get out of this situation.
Oh yeah, he has a lot. So the Twi'lek asked Ohnaka what the password was, and despite knowing the password, Hondo responded by attempting a Jedi mind trick. The guards unholstered their blasters, but the pirate steps aside and revealed Kanata, who aimed Chewbacca's bowcaster at them. When Kanata told the guards that the bowcaster did not have a stun setting, the two reholstered their weapons and opened the door. I guess that's one way. Inside, Ohnaka and Kanata saw Solo and Chewbacca suspended in the air, while members of the hackjackers stood throughout the room, and droids took apart of the host of spacecraft. Kanata told Hondo that they were in the hackjackers' chop shop, and Ohnaka replied that they had been quiet since the thieves hadn't noticed them yet. Ignoring Hondo, Kanata charged forward with the bowcaster and began firing, setting several crates ablaze. The explosion flung Kanata backward, crashing into Ohnaka and sending them both to the ground. Because a bowcaster has high recoil.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that thing has a kick. It shows in episode 7, I think, where it pulls the trigger and that thing just has a bigger explosion than people thought.
Oh, yeah. And Han loves it. which is great, which is funny.
I gotta get me one of those.
The Hackjackers took the two and suspended them in the air with Solo and Chewbacca, who would poke fun at the lackluster rescue attempt. When Cheapo Julibop, which is such a weird name, approached the captives and confronted Kanata, Ohnaka revealed that she was the Hackjackers' buyer and by saying the password. Julipop and Hondo lowered, and Kanata, Solo, and Chewbacca yelled at them for turning on them.
Yeah. Well, I was the buyer, so bye.
Right. So Ohnaka followed Julibop to look at the ships that he had for sale, and while he pursued the lineup, two droids pulled some vines apart and revealed the opening in the cavern. Outside the cavern was the Millennium Falcon, which the Hackjackers had found parked nearby. Julibop ordered the team to begin scrapping it. To Solo and Ohnaka's dismay, seeing the Hackjackers cutting into the Falcon, Ohnaka decided that the deal was not worth the cost of his friends and the Falcon, and slipped back into the tunnels with the stolen fusion cutters, where he cut the chains holding the Nexu.
Kidnapping me, my friends, that's fine. Cutting up the Millennium Falcon, that's too far.
Too far. You crossed a line. So the creature ran into the chop shop and charged at Cheapo and the Hackjackers, which gave Hondo a chance to free his companions. The four ran to the Falcon, where they stopped by Julibop, who wielded a DLT-19 heavy blaster rifle and pinned it behind several cargo crates. Solo ordered Ohnaka to keep Cheapo talking, and Hondo yelled out at the Delphinian that he's still way for them to make profit on their planned deal.
Yeah, the DLT-19 is essentially a machine gun, roughly. Think like MG-42, I think, roughly.
Yeah,
same thing.
Maybe. I'm not terribly with light machine guns. So Ohnaka insulted Julibop when he chastised Ohnaka for only thinking of profits, allowing Solo to take advantage of the distraction and fire at a rack of explosives behind the ship thief. The blast took out Julibop, and Hondo ran into the Falcon with the others. When Ohnaka took the captain's chair, Solo grabbed him from his jacket and pulled him out of the seat, then took the command of the Falcon and brought the ship back to Maz's castle. Once there, Kanata and Solo confronted Hondo and demanded that he explain himself.
Man, he really can't help but jump into the pilot's seat every time he goes to the Falcon.
Yeah. And then Ohnaka admitted that he knew that the Hackjackers were selling stolen ships, but added that he had refused to follow through his original intentions and rescue them at a considerable risk, which quelled the argument until Ohnaka brought up the fee for his rescue services, after which Ohnaka quickly left the castle, deciding that it was best to postpone the conversation until he met them again.
Ohnaka admitted that he... And it's like, well, I changed my mind at the last minute. That's got to count for something.
Right. Yeah, no. And now we're getting into the First Order Resistance War. So by the time of the Cold War between the First Order and the Resistance, Ohnaka had based Ohnaka Transport Solutions on the planet Batuu with his droid R5P8. Despite claiming to be a legitimate business, Ohnaka's company was in reality a front for smuggling. While at a Black Spire outpost on Batuu, Ohnaka frequently recounted tales of besting a Jedi. By the way, this is... Technically he did, technically he didn't. But this is also, for anybody, this is Galaxy's Edge stuff here.
Smuggler's Run.
Mm-hmm. Which is awesome. Which is getting a full update next year. It's getting a full update in 2026. It's getting a full update with new stuff.
Technically, he did best 2 Jedi and a Dark Jedi. Count Dooku.
Mm-hmm.
He imprisoned him. Then he imprisoned Obi-Wan and Anakin.
True.
Then he essentially kidnapped like 5 younglings and Ahsoka.
True. That's also true. So when Kendo Voss and her gang traveled to Batuu in an attempt to scam Doc Ondar out of the Sword of Kashyyyn, Ohnaka agreed to work with Doc Ondar. He met with the gang of Ohnaka Transport Solutions, where Ohnaka learned from Voss that he needed his help to transport the sword through the First Order blockade after she stole it. Ohnaka reported to Doc Ondar, unaware that Voss was watching him use of a cam droid. Ohnaka demanded that the Doc Ondar tell him how to acquire the hilt. After hearing the story, departed.
I guess that was just too much.
Right, and this is all within there's a Galaxy's Edge comic you can get and read all this, which is really, really cool.
I think I might have this, but I don't know where I put it.
Yeah, I think I read through most of it, if not all of it. So after the Battle of Crate, a decisive confrontation of the First Order Resistance War, Ohnaka was stationed at Bakar Spire and Black Spire. At some point, the Millennium Falcon landed on Batuu, where resistance members established a base outside the outpost. Ohnaka made a deal with Chewbacca to use the ship and hire a temporary crew to take part of one of Ohnaka's jobs, where they were tasked with hijacking a First Order train containing coaxium. Now, this is Smuggler's Run. This is the entire story of Smuggler's Run and what you're doing on the ride, which is really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then while searching for the Millennium Falcon, mercenary Bazin Natal was informed by the leader of the White Worms on Corellia that Ohnaka was in the possession of the ship. With the information, Natal departed for Batuu to find Ohnaka. And that's all we have on this story so far.
Yep.
So, but we do have some behind-the-scenes stuff. So, Hondo Ohnaka first appeared in the Cartoon Network The Clone Wars television episode, Dooku Captured, which first premiered on January 2nd, 2009. He was voiced by Jim Cummings, who later reprised his role in several of the Clone Wars episodes and the Disney XD television series Star Wars Rebels. Cummings also voiced Hondo in non-canon LEGO Star Wars The Freemaker Adventures episode The Test, which premiered on July 25th, 2016, and The Storms of Tall, which premiered on August 2nd, 2017. Hondo Ohnaka was introduced as a playable character of the same name in the 2015 mobile game Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes in 2023, which features characters and ships of both the canon and Legends continuities.
Now, for the Galaxy of Heroes, if they have stats, do they have the dodge stat? Because I'm pretty sure Hondo would have that maxed out.
No, I don't think but dodge is a stat.
Yeah.
But no,
he's always dodging trouble.
Yeah, that's true. So Hondo's name is derived from the Japanese film director Ishiro Honda and the actor Shinji Ohnaka, who both worked on the entities of the Godzilla franchise. This decision was made by Clone Wars writer Henry Gilroy, though Gilroy notes that the pirate's first name was changed to Hondo by Star Wars creator George Lucas. Rebels executive producer Dave Filoni stated how Ohnaka did in fact view Obi-Wan Kenobi as his friend, and after the Jedi were all but destroyed by the Empire, the pirate missed the Jedi Order because of the excitement they had brought to his life. He concluded the statement by saying Ohnaka was a Jedi sympathizer.
Kind of interesting take on that, but all right.
I mean, I can see it. Ohnaka, like Hondo, is definitely a Jedi sympathizer, without a doubt. Yeah. He says his best friend is Obi-Wan, for crying out loud.
I put up a picture.
But honestly, I can see it.
I put up a picture in the Discord where Ohnaka's talking to Espra. He says, one of my best friends was a Jedi, and just shows like 4 pictures of him and Obi-Wan in various situations.
Right.
And then at the end it says, I'm pretty sure we were friends.
I want Hondo to reprise his role in Ahsoka Season 2 so bad.
I don't know how, though. They're in a literally different galaxy.
Ezra's not. Ezra's back in the known galaxy.
Yeah, but I always want to say Osaka.
Ahsoka and Sabine are in a different galaxy. But
yeah, and
the rest of them are in the known galaxy that is the Star Wars takes place in, including where Thrawn is. So I can see them bring in doing a CGI thing with Hondo, just like how they did with Zeb, and just have Jim Cummings reprise his role as the voice.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I can't speak today.
Ahsoka?
Ahsoka, the TV series should focus on Ahsoka,
Yeah,
which is
but
in a different galaxy. But now they set up the Mandalorian to face Thrawn and have Ezra there.
Fun fact that Dave Filoni already said what the first half of Ahsoka is going to be, and it's about a giant battle with Thrawn and the rebels in the known galaxy.
Oh, come on. They're doing the Book of Boba Fett again.
And then they're going to go and probably do stuff with Ahsoka and Sabine. Anyway, moving on. So at Disney's 2017 D23 Expo, it was revealed that Hondo will be part of the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge Park area. Artwork depicted Hondo and Chewbacca making a deal involving the Millennium Falcon and providing the backstory for the Smuggler owns attraction, which will allow guests to fly on board the freighter. Hondo appeared as an A1000 animatronic in the pre-show, and second most advanced figure Imagineering has built after the Shaman of Songs from the Pandora world of the Avatar. Which is cool.
That's just insulting, saying he's the second best animatronic. He should be the best.
Second most advanced.
He should be the most advanced. He is Hondo.
And was built after the Shaman of Songs from the Pandora world of Avatar. The figure has 50 different functions and runs entirely on electronics for smoother animations. Jim Cummings provided the voice for both animatronics as well as the live-action video material in the Smuggler's Run attraction. While the live-action Hondo was performed by actor Robert Lanier on August 28th, Hondo led the detection ceremony for the Disney World version of Galaxy's Edge, which there was an actor playing like a live version of Hondo, like all dressed up and everything. But Jim Cummings did the voice.
Yeah, they basically, I think, did the voice and then had the live action guy just practice mouthing it. Although, to be fair, he was up on a ledge outcropping thing.
Yeah,
and
he
so
was up on you couldn't really see him unless you're right there.
Yeah, so the lip syncing probably wouldn't have been the issue.
No, it wouldn't really be an issue, I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, that's what we have on Hondo. Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah. Great charismatic person. I don't think he did that well as a pirate. He only lasted for like 2-3 years.
Well, not only that, he was failing a lot. So there's that too.
He missed his calling as a used starship salesman.
Used starship salesman? Oh my god. Yeah.
I think he would have been better at that. Franchise across the galaxy.
Yeah. But, anyway, thank you again, everybody, for listening to Holocron History, Star Wars Canon vs. Legends, and may the Force be with you.
You're listening to Holocron History, Star Wars Canon vs. Legends. You can find us on the Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net, the Ben and Friends podcasting Discord, where you can share your thoughts, experiences, and love for the Star Wars lore. And don't forget, for the Republic!
At Blinds.com, it's not just about window treatments. It's about you, your style, your space, your way. Whether you DIY or want the pros to handle it all, you'll have the confidence of knowing it's done right. From free expert design help to our 100% satisfaction guarantee, everything we do is made to fit your life and your windows. Shop up to 40% off with minimum purchase and a free professional measure right now at Blinds.com. Plus, pay at your own pace starting at 0% APR with Affirm. Terms apply.